Namaskar and welcome to today's episode of the program. I think by now you would all be guessing today it will be who. Yes, I will just answer your guess. Today I have decided to speak about Somoresh Bosu, one of the most prolific Bengali writers who has been in the forefront of Bengali literature for a period of 40 years plus. Somoresh Bosu, in a career spanning for more than 40 years, have written 100 novels, 200 plus stories, and he was awarded the prestigious Sahitya Akademi Award in the year 1980 for his novel Shambhu. Many of his works have been made into films, including 5 films in Hindi. But more of it later. Now let us go a little bit into the life of Somoresh. Somoresh Bosu was born in 1924 and was brought up in Noihati, which is a industrial suburb in the northern part of Kolkata. From a very early age, Somoresh had to earn his livelihood. He first started out as a hawker selling eggs which he carried in a basket on his head. He then took up a job as a daily wager in a small factory. Between 1943 to 1949, Somoresh Bosu worked in rifle factory in Ichhapur. During this period, he was a keen trade unionist as well as a member of the Communist Party of India. When the Communist Party was banned in 1949-50, Somoresh Bosu was jailed and he wrote his first novel Uttaranga from jail. His experiences with the Communist Party had helped him write one of his most famous short stories called Shikarukti or The Confession. Somoresh's first short story, Adab, was written in 1944 and published in Porichaya magazine in 1946. After being released from jail and after having written his first novel, Somoresh decided that he has found his life's vocation and he wanted to become a full-time writer. Although he was offered his old job, he did not go back and continued to write. He was one of the most prolific writers in Bengali in the decades starting from 1950s. He died in 1988 March at a relatively young age of 63. At that time, he was writing his novel Dekhinai Fire based on the lives and times of Ramkinkar Bej, the famous Bengali sculptor. This was being serially published in Desh magazine. It was a wonderful piece of writing and the readers were sad that he could not complete this book. His son Navakumar Bosu is also a Bengali author. Critics have categorized the works of Somoresh after reviewing his works into 4 categories. In the first category are the books which he wrote under the name of Somoresh Bosu. These have been written on various topics and his range of writing is a proof of his versatility. In the second category are the books which he has written under the pen name Kalkut, which he took in 1952. These are mainly travelogues and the most famous amongst them is Amrita Kumbhesh Sandhane, or a quest for the nectar in the Kumbh Mela. Shambhu is also written under the name Kalkut. In the third category comes his mystery stories, where his fictional detective Ashok Thakur solved those mysteries. In the fourth category are his writings for the young readers and children. He had created a young detective by the name of Gogol, and all the adventures of Gogol are published in the book called Gogol Omnibus. Somoresh Bosu was the first author to write about the suburban life. His contemporaries and his immediate predecessors have either written about the rural background or about the urban background, but nobody before him had written about the suburban life, which is half rural and half urban. Drawing from his experiences in life, his characters come from different backgrounds, and many of them come from the lowest section of the society, like rickshaw pullers, truck drivers, etc. He has written also for the mill workers, and there are certain other characters which are working in the managerial category of the mills. Because he was writing for the lower sections of the society, his writings contained many colloquial languages, including abusive slangs. Sexuality has played a major role in many of his books. In fact, two of his books, Bibor and Prajapati, were briefly banned for obscenity. Once you move away from these books and go into the books which are written under the name of Kalkut, you will find a very refined piece of writing and the descriptiveness of a writer who is traveling all over India. His book Shambho, which fetched him the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1980, is another masterpiece where he has given an alternative description, an alternative interpretation of Purans for the son of Lord Sri Krishna. As already mentioned, 27 of his books have been made into films, and out of them 5 have been made by eminent Hindi directors. These are Kitab Kitab and Namkeen made by Gulzar. Basu Chatterjee has made Shaukin from his story, Gautam Ghosh had made Par, and Mrinal Sen had made a film called Genesis from one of the stories of Somoresh Bosu. In 1983 Filmfare Award, he has been awarded the best story writer for the film Namkeen. The rest of his movies have been made into Bengali, and many of them have been runaway hits. My introduction to Somoresh, as usual, happened at a very early age. In fact, my father had banned me from reading Somoresh's books initially because of the controversy around Bibor and Prajapati. But as you all know, that whenever you are banned from doing something, you are always attracted to that. So that is why Somoresh's writings have drawn me like a piece of iron towards magnet, and I was hooked to his works and have been reading him and enjoying his works till date. Here is one of the books from my collection. This is a short story collection of Somoresh Bosu, which I have with me right now. Okay, now time to dip into one of his short stories and go a little deep into his writing. This time I was a little bit indecisive about which one to choose between Adab, his first one, and Shikarokti. Ultimately, I have chosen Shikarokti. The time of the story, Shikarokti, is 1949-50, when the Communist Party has been banned. Our protagonist, Onol is a member of the banned Communist Party and he has been arrested by the police and kept in Lal Bazar Police Headquarters, Kolkata Police Headquarters for 2 nights. The police are trying to get a confession from him. But so far they have not been able to get what they want from Onol. The story opens when he has been taken from Lal Bazar Police Headquarters to Special Branch Headquarters in Lord Sina Road in another part of the city. While moving from Lal Bazar to Lord Sina Road in a police jeep, Onol is introspecting about his life in general. Onol, though a dedicated Communist Party member, is an unfaithful person as he is married, but he is having an affair with another lady. His wife is also a member of the Communist Party. As the story unfolds, you will see that there are other complexities in the mind of Onol. On reaching the special branch cell in Lord Sina Road, Onol is being escorted to his cell, and while he is being taken there, he observes in a room a person being tortured by a man who is beating him. At that point of time, Onol realizes that police can also torture him to get his confession. Nothing happens in that particular night, and for that night Onol is put into a solitary confinement cell and the night ends peacefully. But during the night, Onol introspects on various incidents in his life till then, about where he nearly made a confession but somehow did not make it. He thinks about the time when his father threatens to beat him up and wants him to confess why he has bunked school. There was another occasion when his friends surround him and beat him up to know why he was meeting a particular girl. His wife has also confronted him, asking him to tell him the truth about himself and the other lady. But even then, Onol has kept quiet. He also thinks about the latest encounter with his action committee of his party when he was confronted by them on a serious allegation that he has helped an expelled comrade in spite of a specific circular not to help him. The action committee has shown him a letter saying that his wife has complained about his helping the expelled comrade. Even then, Onol has kept quiet and has not confessed anything. Like this, he spends a sleepless night in the solitary confinement cell, and in the next morning, he is taken into a room and in comes the torturer of the previous day. This time, Onol realizes that he is definitely going to face the third degree from the police, and whether he will be able not to confess, he did not know. His would-be torturer asks him to wait and moves out of the room. At that point of time, Onol also remembers an incident narrated to him by the action committee members. They have shown him a written confession of his lady love, confirming that Onol has helped the expelled comrade hide away from the party. At that point of time, his would-be torturer comes in and points the stick at him. Before the stick falls on him, Onol says that I do not know anything. This story, though written in the 1950s, still remains very popular even now. Before I conclude, I would like to say that The Samaresh Bosu's versatility is so much that one episode is little less to talk about his entire achievements. I would request you all that if you want a, a detailed discussion on Samaresh Bosu's writings, please get in touch so that a special episode can be made. I think you have been too patient in listening to my tale for tonight, and I would like to take your leave and namaste and see you soon.